Hi, SUNY New Paltz. My name is Lauren Spencer, and I'm a social worker at the Psychological Counseling Center. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm also the LGBTQ+ liaison for the Counseling Center. As we come to the end of the semester, I want to send a message of support to any students who identify as LGBTQ+, but who might not feel like they can be out or who otherwise don't feel accepted at home. I realize that there are plenty of other students who might also not feel accepted at home for any number of reasons, but who might not share this identity. And if this is you, then I hope that there's also something in this video that speaks to you. This semester has been disruptive for everyone, but for some people, going home hasn't just meant adjusting to online classes and missing friends. It might also mean moving back to an environment where your name and pronouns aren't respected, where you feel like you have to hide the relationship that you just began, or even one that you've been in for years, or where you regularly overhear people talking negatively about LGBTQ+ people and culture. All of these things can be hurtful and may lead to things like increased anxiety, feelings of depression, and lowered self-esteem. A lot of students in this situation might feel pressure to come out sooner than they wanted to because it can be so painful to sit through interactions where you feel like you have to hide parts of yourself. Other students might feel resigned to keep this aspect of their identities hidden from their families because they might feel that their safety or their financial security depends on it. Whatever you decide about coming out to family and caregivers, just remember that your decision is your decision, and the most important thing is to weigh the benefits and the risks, but especially to trust yourself. For students who do want to engage in this dialogue with their families, it can be helpful to let them know that you care about them, that you want them to get to know you better, and that you're sharing this with them because you really value your relationship. It could also be helpful to share some articles or a resource with them so that you don't feel like you have to do all the explaining by yourself. You don't have to come out to everybody at once. If you have a particular family member who you trust, you can try talking to them first and then think about telling others, or you could ask them to tell other people for you. Ask friends who know about your plan to check in with you afterwards to process how it went. Even if you decide not to have this conversation, it's important to try to find validation for your own sense of self however you can. This could mean using technology to keep in touch with friends and allies, participating in online events from LGBTQ centers, or looking for affirming social media resources. You can dig into queer and trans history to remember that other people have gone through this before, and our elders worked hard to get us to where we are today. You can also try to cope by identifying important objects, maybe a gift that your partner or partners gave to you, a flyer from a past event, or photos of supportive friends. Keep these things close so you can remind yourself that there are people who see you and who care for you. And last, you can always reach out to organizations for help. Our counselors at the PCC are here, available, and ready to listen. We're working remotely and will be here throughout the summer for crisis intervention, consultation, and referrals. You can find us online at newpaltz.edu/counseling or on Instagram at newpaltzpcc. There you can find hours, contact information, and a bunch of helpful links. And please remember, even though you might feel isolated, you're never truly alone. Bye, SUNY New Paltz. Good luck with finals. We miss you a ton.